YouTube. So, trying to mix things up again this week. So this is Wednesday, so I've done a Monday was a... I can't remember. Pedal. Tuesday was a put a pickup in a guitar, so it's a techie one. Wednesday it's an amp. This is an orange... It's way over here, I can't bother setting up the other camera. It's a Gym Root number 4. Yeah, I've got it plugged into my 3x12 cabinet. So this is a 15 watt or 7 watt option all valve orange amp. Not even turned it on yet. Well, I've turned on the standby, I haven't actually turned on the amp. So I'll go for 7 watts first, see what we're doing. Tuner off. More like it. Quite likes its gain then. So, it's a rock amp because that's the volume at not very much and the gain is only at like 2 or something, and that's pretty much rock. So, nice clean platform for pedals, not what this is. In fact, maybe in 15 watt mode it'll be cleaner. Well, that is. Okay, so it does go for single coil mode. Yeah, so what it's got on it, it's got as a classic orange, it doesn't have didn't tell you what the knobs are. It's got like wee diagrams. So the first one is loudspeaker, then we've got bass, middle, treble, and gain. What I think is bridge humbucker, so that the gain up, but we'll put it back to, well, this is it in 15 watt mode, so in the house it can be clean. Sort of clean, there's a little bit of bite in there, isn't there? Maybe if we go with that with a Stratocaster in a minute. I'll put it back to 7 watts. Everything 12, or the gain's at 4 or something, and the volume's at 3. I don't have any pedals on, but I don't think I really want them for this amp. I think I should probably just be going straight in. I've got to try the gain at full, really, don't we? So if I put the volume down first, put the gain at full, expecting ear-wrenching gain. Try the gain at half. suits into the that kind of thing. Which I mean, Jim Root's that guy from Slipknot, isn't he? I saw Slipknot. Thought they were pish. I downloaded a couple of years ago. It's kind of weird because that guy's the guy who makes the Telecasters. I've seen a few of them. He's got like a Telecaster with EMG pickups in it and just one knob. Just kind of like weird. He's using like a Telecaster and he's using like an orange amp. So you're thinking, oh, vintagey. This is more definitely a metal amp. It is mad though how even when you've got like a pure thunder loads of gain, like what this has, it's still got quite good. You can still hear the notes quite clearly. Single coil. But that's, I mean, that sounds really loud, but it's not actually ear-splittingly loud. It's sounding, what I'm saying loud is it sounds like it's much louder than it is. That makes sense? Sounds like a right ripping Marshall stack at full bung. Apart from my ears aren't bleeding. But it's 7.5 watts, really. It's volume up about. Yeah, I mean, I reckon I'm able to play a little bit of drumming kit at that, which is sort of half and half, and it's 7.5 watts mode. Does sound wonderful, actually. That the old, being a tube snob myself, can I tell? I think I can, but that might just be because of what my preconceptioned ideas are. Sounds very valvy to me. It's just got a bit more warmth and not going to use buzzwords. Try the switch to 15 watts. So I've not touched any knobs, so this might be a bit louder. That sounds huge. Yeah, so the 15 watt thing, I think if you're wanting clean or a bit more classic rock, use a 15 watt, but the 7 is like, it just seems to be nice and distorted when it's quite, I almost said cheap, I meant low. really aggressive in So I just play all the Slipknot songs I know. There we go. I'm actually really like this. I'm going to do the sacrilegious thing and stick in a strat rather than being a sort of, you know, really, I guess it's a metal guitar, but it's more metal than a strat is. Just to see what's going on. I don't know. I don't imagine this is a cheap amp. I have heard wonderful things about, is it the Tiny Terror, and this is, I think, is it called a Dark Terror or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember what wattage the Tiny Terrors are. I think you can pick them up relatively easily, the Tiny Terrors, because people buy it and go, oh, a wee cool cutesy amp for the house, and they're not. They're like that. It's a, you know, it's a gigging amp, even though it's pretty small. The problem I have with this sort of the old gigging amp idea is it's the same with the you know, the tiny bass amps you get. Buster's got a couple of them. I think you can get like 500 watt. You know, you get a 200-300 watt bass amp head that's the size of that fits in your gig bag. The problem is you still need a cabinet to play it through, which in a sort of, you could argue that there is some saving to be had space wise between that and like the Softtech. But if you're taking a 4x12 anyway, then it's pretty much the same as the Softtech size wise. You know, it's like it's just not in a plywood box or whatever kind of wood it's made of. So Strat. Actually sounds pretty good. Well, if I went to the 15 and turn the gain down, can I get a nice clean sound? Yes. Well, to be honest, yes, it is kind of doing quite a nice. It's maybe not clean. It's like on the edge of breakup, and that's pretty much as clean as you're going to get it. I've got the gain, which barely even touching. Stratty strats get kind of low output pickups and it's kind of really jangly and thin sounding. only thing which I've not yet come across a solid state amp that can do this, or a modelling amp that can do that. Clean, rocking, the way it kind of breaks up like that. Just with, roll the volume down a wee bit. I said it actually seems to have got louder when I went to 7 watts instead of 15. Bad switch. Yeah, so I'm mighty impressed with it. I think it's awesome. I don't know. I've got to always look at these things kind of like, would it be for me? And the answer is probably not. It's apart from the fact I don't need another amp. It's like for what I would use it for, sitting there, which is not what an awful lot of people do. I've got like quite a big cabinet, an amp, a few pedals, a loop pedal. So I want a sort of cleanish, sort of nice cleany sound, but one that when it takes pedals quite well, you can kind of drive it. That kind of doesn't really have the super clean sound in it. I mean, it's not that it doesn't do clean at all. It does do a bit. If you've got, probably not at if you were at a gig. I think you would be struggling to play along with drums in a country band, keeping that twangy Telecaster sound on the go with this. So there we go there. So I mean, but the knobs having like graphics instead of knobs. So I'm assuming, of course, that that's volume and that's gain. It must be here. It was working that way around. So we've got two 8 ohm speaker outputs, a 16 ohm speaker outputs. So I'd imagine you can run two 8 ohm cabinets or 116. Jim Root Terror, it's called. London, England, voice of the world. Made in China though, but there you go. It's got an effects loop. Stone Sour is what it says on the back. That's that other band that the guy from Slipknot's in? Yeah. But it's pretty cool. I'm holding it up like this. Actually, it's actually pretty heavy. It's what I'd love to see. But these, I have to put it down. There's not an awful lot in it. When you look at the back, it's kind of like the Softex a bit like that as well. A lot of these valve amps are. You've got, it kind of looks like a model shot from Star Wars or something, where you've got like what just looks like a flat board with like a transformer, another transformer, and half a dozen valves all spaced out, kind of, which I really like. I mean, there's obviously there's more circuitry in below where the volume controls are and stuff like that. But again, basically quite a simple concept. I don't know anything about valve amps, but there's not an awful lot in one. Not like a hell of a lot. It's like not millions of components. I think that's one of the things I like. When that wee PV I've got, the wee 5 watt one, you open it up, there's nothing in it. It's like, where's the amp? You've got like the two valves, a transformer, and then 3 knobs, and then it's kind of it. Yeah, there's another half a dozen things, I don't know what they are, capacitors and the like, but not hundreds in it. I think that's kind of the same for this. I think maybe things start going up. See, when you start putting in lots of like an effects loop doesn't really count. It's not really a difficult thing to put in, I don't think. It's just a case of putting a socket on. Like it's almost like having a jumper lead in there. But I suppose once you've got like big banks of EQ and lots of channel switching and all these things and reverbs and stuff, like all these things add multitudes of complexity. Whereas that's kind of pretty simple. It's got a 3-band EQ, a volume and a gain. Kind of all you need. All you need, as I said, definitely more for the metal. But I mean, if you're buying I think you could probably buy the white one, which probably is a little bit less aggressive. Although in saying that, I think it still does sound like an orange. It's just that it sounds like an orange. It's a bit more woof. Like if you boot an orange, boot it. If you run it at full throttle sort of thing. I've used them in the studio before. It's kind of like that was there for us. At its sort of lower settings is a sort of normal orange sound, but then it's got more. I mean, you just crank it up and you know, or whatever Slipknot is. So, rocking, super. I do. Cheers, Ian, for the shot of that. I wish I was a bit more into amps. I'm just not. I've got two. Well, actually, even though I'm not into amps, it turns out I do actually thinking about. Do you have like 5 or something? Guitar amps, which seems a bit silly. Obviously, I've got the. Do I really need any of them? I really need one. I need the Sovtech. I could just use the Sovtech through that speaker cabinet. That's all I need. I could use that for gigs as well. But I bought the wee Laney because I got it in the train and thought it looked cool. And I like the idea of having one that's got a speaker in it. So that's the one I use. Not really for any advantage over the Sovtech, really. It's got reverb in it, I suppose. And then I've got the wee PV 5 watt, and then I've got the one that's not working, the 50 watt PV. Now I've got the wee Black Star Fly. It's amazing how amps come up, even though it's, no, I don't need any. I'm alright. 2 bass amps. A stupidly big one, and a normal one. Rockin', catch you later.